Hey everybody, it's your friend Sarmate here, and we're back with another episode of Settlement Survival. I've been a fantastic and amazing day today, and with this one, I would like to be working on is getting deeper into our trade stuff. But before any of that, we have doctors have recently treated many patients with wind, heat, and colds. Seeing that people are vulnerable to wind cold in autumn and winter, he suggested to prepare some medicines or clothing for cold weather. That's pretty good. Let's go for clothing. Down jacket 200. That's pretty great. That's a good durable piece to have. What I was saying, what I would like to get into is some trade things. So we have 2 points available right now. I would like to go with superior insurance, lower the price for buying insurance, and increase the payout of insurance when disaster occurs. And then I would also like well-known reputation because this increases your rep gain by 25%. Super awesome. Now, before we actually do the trading, I would also like to get to the travel light tech, because this lowers the risk of death. So this is going to be able to get us to the 4 people we usually use for our trades. So let's go superior insurance. We're going to go well-known rep. And then as soon as this is ready, we'll come back. We'll get travel light. Let me show you what else I got going on here in between the episodes a little bit. We had some geese show up. So we got them in the pasture now. They're working right next to their turkeys here. I didn't do anything else with the farms. However, we are incredibly low on spirits. So what we have to be able to do then is get our distilleries going, and we got to get into some agave. And we should have a little bit of agave, but it's not going to quite be enough, I don't think, yet. But we'll go ahead and get this guy put in right here. And then there's a couple of things going on. You can see a couple new buildings. Notice that we didn't put in the interim housing, which was previously known as the apartments. And this is going to be overflow people. So if we get a batch of immigrants and we have all of our houses full, they're going to live here for now until we get more houses built up. We also got 3 more houses built over here, and where we're kind of anticipating this group of immigrants to get here. And once they do, we're going to be able to get a lot more things going and building and just keep our industry starting, get it going, as well as some more farms. I also put in a second gatherer hut because this one we were kind of encroaching on it and we were reducing the efficiency because I was cutting trees down. So I built another one deeper in the woods. So that's what we're going to use instead. So I'm going to take the workers out of here, add them into there, and then we're going to go ahead and delete this gatherer hut. And then we'll have this one good to go. I'm trying to gather up a couple of the irons around here, which I'm going to cancel because it's becoming winter time. I wanted to get the extra iron because if we set up trades, I want to be able to trade something that we have in excess, which I was kind of shooting for being iron ore. We can see we have about 388 there. In the meantime, we need to get the building built up. So we're looking for some timber. So let's go ahead and hit play on this. I had flexed a bunch of builders in here to build a couple of things. So I'm going to take one of those guys out. And we'll have 2 laborers in addition to all of the farm people that we have. So I would like to work on the distillery and the small trading post, and I would like the interim housing going before these guys get here, but we're kind of getting close on that timber. So let's gather all. We got a couple of these winter trees right here that we can gather that we kind of anticipated, but we'll look out for this radius. So we aren't going to take any of these trees over here. We're just going to go ahead and get like that strip and like right there. I also had enough clay to build our reed field up. So we got that going now. Nobody's working in it just yet. And then our fishing dock has 2 people in it. I would also like to put a couple more workers in there. We're not doing super great on food or water right now. I did put another worker in the big well. It hasn't paid off quite yet, so you may need to build another big well also. I think we'll go ahead and we'll get it started right there. That works fantastic right there. And then I did want this warehouse going on over here as well. We have the storage yard. It's getting kind of full, so I put in the warehouse. And then over here, we're ready for the agaves. We just need people to do it. So it looks like before winter's over here, we will get some more immigrants, and that's going to be great. We will absolutely put some people into that farm to make us some more agave for the next upcoming year, to get some more spirits, because if we don't, our happiness is going to take a huge hit. It's already not that great, so we want to make sure that we have those spirits and the alcohol's working. Oh, another thing I did, we had our chopping house working to make us domestic fuels, and I had a sawmill built that was making us planks. Turned the planks off, and then I put 2 people back in there and called domestic fuel here and turned this one off because the sawmill is more efficient at making domestic fuels than that chopping house. I'm also intending to upgrade the chopping house to a sawmill. I just haven't quite done that yet because of the materials that we need. We're just kind of working on gathering some of that stuff up. So it is looking like January. The snow is melting. 41 degrees in January is pretty nice. But we almost have our immigrants here. I'm looking forward to having them. We can see we got a couple of meat pops on our peeps are running around here. Not good. I'm going to go ahead and gather some food things around here. Hopefully we can get them in time. There they are. The immigrants are on their way. Excellent. So this thing is getting built up. We need a little bit more timber and a little bit more stone. Ooh, and our trade thing is coming together. Excellent. So all this stuff is working as I'm planning on. Let's go ahead and check these people into the town hall. And we got our first administrator. Construction material consumption minus 10% or tree regeneration interval minus 10%. Ooh, that's pretty good. I'm going to go with the tree regeneration, I think. I thought both those were pretty all right. Okay, we got the 11 immigrants that came in. We're at 13 laborers. Let's get this started for sure. Get some agave seeds happening. Let's go ahead and get a couple more workers in our fishing docks. So now we're down to 9 laborers. That's still pretty good. I'm going to prioritize this distillery just because of how important it is for the happiness. You can see we're down to orange now. Not wonderful. We have 2 builders. That should be okay. It's going to take a little bit of time for us to get stuff built up. I'm kind of thinking about maybe even doing another fishing dock. You can see they're making about 100 food a year. So if we could increase that, that would of course be all the better. Oh, or you know what else? We could do another hunter hut. I like these because of all the things they provide. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna rotate this guy and put this right about here. Then we have extra room. We can still utilize this bank. So let's get this. We'll get 3 more hunters in there, and we'll start to get all that other good stuff in it. How are we looking for gathering? Yeah, we really need this as well. So we'll just keep going what we're going. We're having our trades getting built up right here. We have our buildings all built up, and some of them are working. The distillery worked for a couple of months here when we had some agave, but it is not, it says it's lack of raw material. Okay, now it's gone. So now it's working. So we have 534 agave working for our spirits. Great, we're finally making some spirits for our own stuff. Problem with that is we don't have a whole lot of water. And when you're using spirits, we're using water for spirits, you have less water for everything else. So we have 3 wells going now. I put an additional 2 people on this one and 1 on this big well, trying to get as much water coming in as possible right now. We're still in the red, so we're still trying to resolve that. We could maybe throw in another worker here, but now we're down to 1 labor. So I'm trying to keep my eyes on everything here, making sure that things are continuing to be balanced. But when we had that wave of extra immigrants come in, that's going to need more food, and we're kind of struggling with food. We're still at 0. I'm trying to figure out what else we can do to get more workers, more food. And one thing that I'm thinking about doing is we got our travel light. We have 1 more tech point. I think I'm going to go overloader to increase the max carry weight on our caravans. Get that going. So now we have 4 more pieces of trade that I wanted to get into. Before we look at that, there's something that I realized that I forgot about, which was the forester's hut over here. So we put 2 in. One of them is only planting, and the other is felling and planting trees. This recipe, you're going to have a really dense area of trees over here. So that's going to be beneficial to the gatherer's hut as well as both of the forester's huts. So that's kind of the plan for that. We got 1 labor left, and you can see our happiness is just abysmal right now. Just not making enough spirits. We're at 0 here. So I think I want to do is I want to get a little bit of trading for some spirits, and with those things that we just got with the trades, we're trying to get to 4 people here, 4 laborers. So the good thing with the laborers who are out on the caravan is we're not having to worry about feeding them. Let's just try and figure out what we need to get here. So we currently have tons of people working on water. We need that. We did get our extra hunter hut built. For our last person, one thing I'm going to do is take our tailor out. Because we have an abundance of clothing, 340, I'm going to use these people to do some trading. Now, we do have some immigrants on the timeline. Luckily, we really, really need them. So I'm looking forward to that. Now, we have, of course, the 4 factions. And I was looking at these and what we should do. And I really like going here because of the bamboo. And then you can get paper, which then turns into more tech stuff. So that works out really well. And then we work toward the dense farms and orchards and forest farms. And these are the best things in the game as far as producing the most yield for the space used. So I would like to get to these first. I usually like to go to Carlos because cactuses are, oh my, super duper great. And then the agaves are good as well for the rope. The rope experience is great for the tech points as well. Obsidian mines are also fantastic. We can use obsidian ores to trade with, to make our roads with. Like, it's great. But I think I'm going to go over here, work towards our dense farms. So let's go ahead and set up some trades. What I like to do, especially when we have low population like this, if you pause your game, it takes a minute to set some of this stuff up. So if you lose some of your laborers while you're trying to set stuff up, then you can't do your trades and it's stinks. So let's go ahead and do 4. We are going to buy insurance. We can't buy insurance, so we have to kind of risk it for the biscuit on the first trip. Hopefully everything is all right. So what we want to do is we're going to go over here. Let's go to clothing. We have a decent amount of rough clothes and some down jackets, and the prices are pretty similar. So what I think I'm going to do is let's go with 75 on 75 on this guy. So that's going to put us under 130-ish. But we'll get 750 coins out of that. Let's go for 1,000 coins. Let's go for 1,000 coins. Let's sell this. We have some ore that we could also sell. We have plenty of weight. So what are we looking at here? Let's go with 125 ore. So we're going to get a pretty good amount of money back. 1657. That's pretty nice. We'll go like that. And then let's buy. And we want to get some spirits happening. We really, really need some spirits. So let's go like that. And let's see. So it's going to be 1 weight. So that's pretty easy to figure out. And then times 4. So can we go like 250? That should be about 1,000. We should be gaining. Let's go a little bit more so we get a little bit more spirits in. I want to get some money as well, but we also need the spirits. So let's go. Let's just call it a good 300. That's gonna be 1,200. We're gonna be making about 400. So that should work fantastic. Let's go ahead and purchase that. So 300 spirits or 225 rough clothes and iron. That's pretty good. Let's go ahead and get that trade set up and well on the way. We really, really need it. Happiness is not looking great. So what the problems occur here, potential crimes, we don't get any bursts, and the work efficiency suffers. So it's kind of a spiral of doom. If your work efficiency is low and you don't have a lot of people to begin with, it's going to become more of a struggle, right? Kind of not happy about that. I want to make sure that we have enough agave for a year, and we're looking pretty good. We still have over 500. So what I'm kind of thinking about doing, it's a little late now, but maybe for the next season, instead of growing agave, maybe we do some more food. Kind of what I really need at this point. I'm going to go ahead and put in another couple farms up over in here. We're going to go ahead and go like that and go like that. And that's all for now that I can fit in that area. We'll see. We'll see how this works. We'll get a couple more farms going. We need some more people. We have some more on the way. We can utilize them once they get here, of course. And we absolutely will. But we do need a couple more builders. We do have 2 laborers as well. I'm going to leave the... Oh, that was quick. Okay. We'll do like that. And then we're going to make this as peas. Okay, and we'll get that. And then once this is cleared off, we'll make that as peas as well. And then again, kick these people out of here. Peas. And then we will do some more gathering. We have about 150 days left for our caravan. All right, we have our caravan rolling back into town. Looking great. I'm really excited to get, first of all, the workers back, because we're down to 1 laborer now. And then, of course, getting those spirits in. We're doing okay now. We're in the yellow again with happiness. We have some of our spirits, but this stockpile is going to be really nice to have. And then to continue to make the spirits, hopefully we have enough to keep the happiness going in the right direction here. But we'll have to unload, of course. We got 300. We're looking pretty great. I mean, we'll have more spirits than hardly anything else, so that's really great. We got pretty good progress done on our trade tree. I'm really happy with that. And I think what we're going to do here is set up yet another trade. I want to see how effective that trade was as far as getting a rep goes. Up to 35. Okay, not too bad. So with a similar amount, we're going to be, of course, about 70. So if we do a little bit more in the next trade, which we should be able to do because of our money. So let's go ahead and set something up. You know, I was just thinking that if we visited Rania, we could perhaps purchase some cats and start to do our Rania and Carlos cat flipping. But I think I'm gonna get the bamboo first, because if we have an excess of bamboo, that's something that we could sell. So I think that's a good idea. So let's continue to work towards this. We're gonna again go 4, buy insurance, and then as far as things to sell, you know, not doing as great, but we have a good amount of herbs. I'm thinking maybe we sell like 50 herbs. 45. That's not very good. Okay, that's not the best option. But let's go ahead and check out our ores. Let's go with like 100. Okay, that looks okay. We'll add that to our sell card, I guess. And then anything else we want to get into? How are we looking at stone tools? We could do, let's do like 25 tools. You know, just trying to pick some things here and there. I don't want to go too wild and sell all of the things we have. Ooh, fishing nets. We have 9 of those. I'm going to sell those. We don't need them at this point. So let's turn it into something that we could use, right? So we're going to go ahead and sell those. We're looking at 8.99 monies. That's pretty good. And then we have about 112 down jackets. So I'm going to sell about 25 of those as well. We'll make it well over 1,000 now, even with the insurance premium. So that's great. Let's go ahead and buy some things. Spirits were great. That was a good thing to get for sure. But I think what we're going to do is let's get a little bit of food happening here because we're still at 0. And kind of like with the spirits, I'm wondering if we can get a good base stored up that will be looking better. So let's go with like 750. Can I do that? Yeah, 750. We should have the money to do it. That's a good amount of corn. That's a good amount of food stored up. Let's go ahead and purchase that. And let's see what that does for our reps. And we'll send that off. So we are apparently at cap with our distillery now because of that import of the spirits. So that's pretty good. Let's even go 300 on this. Let's keep that pile going with spirits just because that happiness is so important. Let's double check our agave 600. So what I'm gonna do is take these people out of this field. Let's go ahead and put them into this field, and then we have those going as well. Still only 1 labor, still not great. But we got those immigrants halfway here. It's looking awesome. And I think this will be a good spot to call this episode of our Settlement Survival series. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I hope to see you on the next episode.